भद्रं कर्णैभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Let us pray together. We offer our salutations to the all-loving being who endows all beings with consciousness. We meditate on the Lord, who is the origin of the universe. Lord, Thou abidest in all, Thou art all, Thou assumest all forms, Thou art the origin and goal of all, Thou art the self of all, Thou art existence, knowledge and bliss. Salutations unto Thee. May the world be peaceful. May the wicked become gentle. May all creatures think of mutual welfare. May their minds be occupied with what is spiritual and abiding. May our hearts be immersed in this selfless love for the Lord. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Let us try to feel the innermost core of our being. Beyond the limitations of body and also of mind. That core transcends the limits of time and space. Thus that core is everywhere, same, one without second in all. Let us imagine there is a steadily burning candle flame. That is the core, the example of a steadily burning candle flame gives the tool to hold on to it. Let us feel. Let us actively imagine that this light has spread all over my personality. I am made of that light. like in a wax statue. All the limbs of the statue are just wax. So also I see all my personality is that light. And I see with that the whole universe is also pervaded by the same light. All the conflicts are resolved into this all-pervading, one without second, ocean of luminosity. All the dualities, all the conflicts have found in this luminous ocean a common home. They are really one. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Om. Asatu ma sadgamaya tamasu ma jyotirgamaya mrityurmam amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, and from this limited mortal existence to my true immortal, all-pervading existence. Peace, peace, peace. This term, active imagination, is borrowed from Carl Jung. He used this term to express the way in which the imagination can be guided to achieve the highest. The goal of life can be achieved through this active imagination. We all have the imagination. We imagine automatically. Directed imagination or active imagination also we do. For example, I just told you, imagine a candle flame there. It is an active imagination. Means You have to take hold of that idea and feel it. Otherwise, passively, the imagination is always going on. Even when we see something that is really being seen, but around that we build an imaginary structure automatically. It is like you come in the hall, you see the hall, you see the chairs. This is not imagination, you are actually seeing it. It is, in that sense, reality. But it just immediately gets enveloped into imagination. You start thinking, imagining that what is being done here, what it should be used for. It is like some years ago, somebody who was, had heard one of his friends was looking for a nice venue for wedding. And as soon as the person comes in the hall, he started thinking in that term, that way. And actually asked me, can this be used? Can we get it for wedding purpose? So I politely refused. No, we have all the time the programs going on here. Sorry, we cannot give it for that purpose. So, but see the imagination. The purpose is same. Somebody would think, looking at the hall, superimposing it with other imagination. So, some music lover would say, this hall would be so nice for holding the concerts. So, just as you look at it, the objective, factual reality gets shrouded, covered with the imagination. But this is not an active imagination. You are not directing the imagination. This is spontaneous and automatic. And this happens all the time. It happens, it gets called as daydreaming. That it starts, as it were. You cannot say when it starts. Just as you cannot say that at this point the dream started. It is, there are the objective methods of determining it by putting electrodes and determining these particular waveforms represent the dream state. But this is the determination done objectively. Subjectively, you cannot say, when I lost the track of the outer world and started seeing the dream. So, you cannot note down the point, time point. Oh, exactly at 1:07 a.m., I started seeing the dream. You cannot do that. You will be in the dream time and would be seeing the dream clock. So, therefore, the very idea of regular dreaming, it is, you cannot have a starting point for it. Daydreaming, actually, you are aware in the daydreaming of the external world also. The factual or the so-called real world also you are aware about. But then that gets, mixed with whatever your aspirations are, your likes, dislikes are, and what your ideas of enjoyment are. They start coming up. And the imagination continues. This is again not an active imagination, but it is happening automatically. It is whether it is good or bad, you cannot decide. Actually, later on you see that it was a waste of time. You indulge in it, let it go on, till what happens? Till you just with a thud fall down, because that daydreaming meets an obstacle. It has to meet. And thus, now there is nothing further to go. You reach that imagination reaches its so-called highest point very fast. And then there is no further to go, so you fall down with a thud. And then you see you wasted so much time, so much energy, and nothing came of it. So this is the daydreaming. And Sigmund Freud, a great psychologist, psychoanalyst, founder of this school of psychology, psychoanalysis, and in fact was the first to get an idea that mind can be studied from certain expressions of it which are not just behavior. Behaviors, of course, give some glimpses of the psyche, but that doesn't give you any direct access to the mind, what it contains. So it is more or less throwing stones in the dark. So by having certain stereotypes that this behavior indicates this behavior indicates this, it is you see something and you generalize. So that is how you get different patterns. But Freud, that his genius was that he invented a method. He found a window by which one can get to the mind. Like in a room, it is all closed, you don't know what's going on in that room. And then looking all over here and there, you find a small aperture. Not very clear view, but at least you get a glimpse. And then by breaking into that, through that aperture, you get an entry into it. So this is the novel tool that Freud found was dreams. Dreams. So in dreams, in that state, you are dissociated with your physical body. The physical body is lying on the bed, but you are, doing all sorts of other things. It is, and it happens to everybody. Everybody dreams. So it is not in the sense that the word is used in various ways, like the American dream and all. That is not the dream that I am talking about. The dreams that as we sleep, and suddenly there is a perception begins, it goes on, and that is very different from your body. These physical experiences, there are commonalities but not identities. It is not identical. There are commonalities. Now these commonalities give you a connecting thing, that what Freud, the idea that he developed was that there is this unconscious is trying to express itself through the dreams. Because during the waking state, there are a lot of controls over it. It cannot express itself. Like a very strict parent is there, and so the kids cannot do whatever they want. So they choose a time when parents are not around. And while doing, suddenly if the parent appears, then they have to hide those things. Because they are that. Similarly, the waking state suppresses many things in our psyche. They get the openings when this body is not functioning. There is a big philosophy that Freud has put in, and very nice, very convincing also in many ways. So it is this dream, therefore, is a window. The problems were there, of course, to interpret the dream. His major work, that is a path-breaking work in a way, interpretation of dreams. So the dreams provided a window, but how to interpret it? Because the dreams are not same as memory of the dream. After you wake up, you narrate the dream. But that is now the platform is changed. You cannot properly narrate the dream in an exact fashion. Something gets narrated. So you have to go from that narration to what might be actually happening. And it is a problem. This method actually helped people a lot. But this was not about guiding the unconscious to achieve certain goals of life. It is active guidance to the imagination that yes, there is some, in the unconscious and the conscious. These days the terms used more are subconscious and conscious, rather than using the word unconscious. So subconscious is there, and it is feeding the conscious, and the conscious is feeding the subconscious. Now, here you have some special matter of interest, because our behavior gets hugely influenced by subconscious. It is not that only conscious mind guides our behavior. That is why we see a person consciously thinks in one way but behaves in another way. Why? Because the behavior is not always guided by the conscious state of mind, but the subconscious keeps on guiding the mind. The very nice analogy can be given. This also one should remember that the subconscious, the size of subconscious is far bigger than the conscious. So the image given is this, that like a huge iceberg, the only 1/10 of it is visible. That is to be seen as the conscious mind. 9/10 of it is submerged subconscious mind. And that doesn't mean that subconscious, let us forget about it. No, that is not taking into account the submerged iceberg, that big shape. What was that? Titanic. It met this terrible tragedy. So it is, the subconscious is huge, and it is there. It exercises its influence. So this subconscious and conscious levels, they are interacting with each other. It is not static. And the one needs to see that this is where the Carl Jung went in a different direction from Sigmund Freud. For Sigmund Freud, it is only understanding that there is subconscious, or the word he used was unconscious. There is unconscious, and that expresses in dreams and expresses in behavior. But there is no attempt to change this subconscious, to guide it. And therefore, that active imagination is the word that is coined by Carl Jung. But that doesn't mean that the phenomena was really discovered by Carl Jung. In the science of meditation, it has been advised, advocated, and practiced for thousands of years that you have a power of imagination. Now guide it. Guide it in such a way that it resolves the conflicts. The conflicts of this and this. I like this, but I should do this. What in Vedanta we call the conflict between the Shreya and Preya. Means something that you see it as good and something that is liked. You do on these counts, something one does because one likes it. Something one does seeing that whether it is good or not good. With the likes and dislikes are pushed aside. Whether it is good or not, right or not. The ethical ideas take prominence, spiritual ideas take prominence, that instead of likes. Likes, dislikes is actually an animal behavior inherited by us. That they go by likes and dislikes because there is no capacity to think of the effects, whether those effects will be good for us or not. It is just an example, Today we went to Connecticut for the class there, Vedanta Society of Connecticut talks. So after coming, we stopped right there to have some ice cream. So many of us had ice cream. One of us said, no, I won't take, because it is not good for me. Not that I don't like it, but it is not good for me. I get many health problems because of consuming ice cream. So this consideration that I will not have it, although I like it, but it is not right for me. This is a consideration that is paramount, and so guiding, actively getting engaged with this imagination is to see that imagination goes not here, there, anywhere, but guide it in a proper way. That is, in general, the idea behind this phrase, active imagination. And Carl Jung has given many beautiful ideas about it. In fact, gradually he turned towards the terminology of alchemy. And it is a transformative thing. In the laboratory, he called our psyche a lab, in which this gold is to be produced. This is actually also the terminology used by a school of Taoists, that this mind has so many things. Now, do the chemistry there. Experiment it. So that what gold means the most valuable thing to be gotten from that is the gold. Anything that is more valuable than gold, that is great. It is just a symbol. So, from our thoughts, now let us combine it in such a way that we get the highest good out of it. It is a matter of transformation. Transformation of the subconscious. It is a very difficult thing, friends. Even, we find it to transform our conscious mind very difficult because it has generated so many habits which die hard. We are conscious of it, but still to bring about a change is not easy. But to bring about a change in some subconscious, it is still difficult. But I like this word difficult. What the positive thing that the word difficult suggests is that it is not impossible. Difficult only means that you have to put in more efforts, that's all. It is not impossible. So, this is difficult, but put in your efforts, try, and gradually you will succeed. It is like they say, Rome was not built in a day. It is, so it takes time to build the life, to transform our this subconscious, so that now there is the elixir, what we say that the transformation brings now a resolution of conflict. And this is to be done. That is again Carl Jung's special feature. He said that it is not a uniform thing that can be applied to all. It is so he doesn't call it a technique. He calls it method. Method is more individualistic, according to how you are, where you are, according to your nature, you use it. Technique is something that is a generalized thing that for everybody it will be useful. No, it depends, that how every person has a different mental, physical constitution. And every person, therefore, has to adopt to a method of transforming the psyche, transforming the subconscious in this positive way, so that it will resolve the conflicts. The conflicts means our life is caught in conflicts. That I told you, likes and dislikes. It's a conflict. Why it is a conflict? When I like something, I am pulled towards it. I have to go and get it. The problem is that what I like becomes soon something that I don't like. So now it repels you. You were attracted at it, but now it repels you. But you are stuck with it. That is what you spent lot of energy and money to get what you liked. But then you don't like it anymore. What can you do? So this is the dual conflict of dual. Swami Vivekananda calls it dual throng. So that in everything it is to live or not to live. This is the famous Shakespearean conflict of Hamlet, whether to live or not to live. It is a conflict because sometimes Of course, there is the primary urge to live, but the life is full of so many terrible twists, turns, tortures, so that sometimes one gets the feeling, enough of it, I don't want to live. But then there is again the tendency to live also. So you feel depressed, no, I should end the life. But you don't want to do it. So you go to the experts, the psychologists and others to say, I feel like committing suicide. Why should one psychologist, I know that those who really want to commit suicide, they don't come to us. They just commit suicide. That's it. They don't come to us. It is those who come to a psychologist for help, who that they have the tendency coming up, but yet they don't want to commit suicide. And so that is the dual throng. Then friends and enemies, the different times, changes. Like somebody is friend to some other nation, is friend to United States in certain context. That context changes, and then that very nation becomes the enemy. So whether are they friends or enemies? It is all, dual throng. So it is like this. So, and the integration, he uses this word integration, which is very much used by Patanjali's yoga psychology, that we have to integrate all these conflicting fields and bring them to the same platform where they unite. It is, so this is, he calls these as archetypes. Archetypes, that it is, the different people have different these mindsets, to use the simple term. So one way doesn't become suitable for all. One way of meditating doesn't become suitable for everyone. Because there is the individual temperament, individual way, that you have to treat it. At the physical level, at the conscious level, it is okay to great extent that there are the similarities. But when it comes to subconscious, the distinctions are really enormous, friends. It is very difficult there. And so it is to be handled very skillfully, very carefully. You cannot have that same medicine for all. No. It is very individualistic. At the behavioral level, yes, don't tell lies will work for, all those who want to live in this society. It is, at the conscious level, it is fine. But different people will have the different tendencies about telling lies. What prompts them is different. And the way they will go about it is also different. And therefore the same treatment cannot be given to all. There comes therefore the need of understanding this individuation. So therefore there is this need to see, guide it. Sri Ramakrishna has given so many nice active imaginations for meditation for different people who have different mindsets. So those who like to go by, their feeling God is more for them. Not about thinking God, thinking about, that whether it is that God is transcendent on everything and is immanent in all, forget about it. It is, how do I connect my mind with that God? So, Sri Ramakrishna said, oh, God is embodiment of love. It is, so imagine that God. Imagine a form. This actually a very beautiful idea that is spoken of by Carl Jung is this, that from the subconscious, when something emerges, you give it a form so that you can deal with it. If it doesn't have a form, you will not be able to deal with it. The conscious level will not be able to integrate with the unconscious. That is why the need for form is so important. One has to be, it is without form we cannot think. Therefore, the form has to be there. On a form, then you can meditate, you can think of it, you can guide that, so forth. So the form can be guided. One must observe this distinction, that one must use form, but without getting caught in the form. The two things are very different. The idea of getting caught in the form makes one fanatic. But making the use of the form, without that form you will not be able to deal with it. So he advocates that when that thing, anything that comes from the subconscious, now give it a form, so that now you can get actively engaged with it. So that is why we have the various forms of God. God, who is the embodiment of love. God is love. God is truth. So that is, but this becomes very abstract. The abstraction has its use. So it becomes totally abstract, that God is love. What does it mean? See, you love your friend, you love your spouse, you love your children, you love your parents. Now the love is the common part of it. That is how the process of abstraction goes, that like little children are taught about counting these numbers. That, see, these are fingers, so they count, therefore that is still the primary method of counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now look at these apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that you get the idea that 5. Oh, one apple is left behind. So that is the number, next number, 6. So you use then the finger of another hand. So after that are exhausted, then you repeat that to go further, and soon we get so used to this process that the numbers are all very easy for us to deal. There were 78 people there, or you can even fraction it, that it is, it is, the collection today was $70.50. So it is 70 and a half. So that is how the numbers is an abstraction. So now come to the abstraction of this idea of love. Love is concretely felt. But let us now do the abstraction of it. That love for this, and you see the characteristics are different. I love my son and I love ice cream. Your actions are totally different, isn't it? What do you do when you love ice cream? You gobble it, isn't it? But when you love your son, does it mean you eat it up? No, it is. So but see, the common thing is that your mind goes to it. So that is love. Why is there? There is something, therefore, the abstract idea of love. And think of that as God. God is love. So now, if it is abstract, it will be difficult, very difficult, for us to direct that love to that, or to receive love from that. So give that a form. It is nothing bad in form. It is that, no, we have to worship God without form. If you can do it, provided you see yourself as not limited by form. Swami Vivekananda says only that person is fit to worship God without form, who can transcend one's own form. But we think of ourselves as this form. This form was in Connecticut. I say that I was in Connecticut. No, I was not. This form was. We deal with forms. We are so used to forms. And therefore our God also has to be of necessity a form. Swami Vivekananda gives another beautiful example. If suppose a God becomes a philosopher, suppose a cow becomes a philosopher. If a cow becomes philosopher and starts thinking of God, then for the cow, the God will be a very powerful, mighty cow, that's all. Because that imagination can stretch only up to that. So let us not feel any inhibition or any inferiority complex about having the form of God. It is. Now what happens with that form? Now the conscious mind can deal with the abstract form of love which is at the subconscious level, and thus can be guided by that. So Sri Ramakrishna used to tell this, that it is love. So that form, that is God. So now you are using this form to hold on to the idea of God. Now tie your mind to it by a silken thread. Imagine, this is active imagination. Take a silken thread and tie your mind to the beautiful, very delicate feet of God. And he says, that is why I said silken thread, so that the thread should not be cutting into the feet of that my beloved. So with that now you feel connected with that God. It is very important to have that real feel of God, not just intellectual or philosophical discussion, but a concrete something. And that is Carl Jung's speciality, that he brought this idea at a very practical level, that like all the great ancient sages advocating the techniques of meditation and contemplation, it is this way, that connect yourself with it, with form, without form, whatever, but connect to it. Connecting is very important. Once you connect to it, now you got a handle on that. Now you can guide your imagination gradually towards that. Yes, yes, see, the God is smiling at me. This is an active imagination. God is telling me this. Some time back, many years ago actually, one devotee told that, today Sri Ramakrishna came to my home. Early morning. I was just getting ready to sit for meditation, and I heard a knock on the door. There was Sri Ramakrishna waiting there. Imagine, what could I do? I said, please come in. And Sri Ramakrishna comes in. I said, please sit here on the chair. And then as a matter of hospitality, I offered him a cup of tea. I took the cup to him. And he said to me, I will take half from this, you take the other half from this. So, and this devotee was telling it with such joy. It was as if not an imagination alone, it was like a tangible experience. But it was an active imagination that it gradually shifts from this subconscious idea to a conscious reality. That is how dwelling on these things, guiding it, gradually changes us. That we start seeing ourselves as one with God, connected with God. So we can talk to God. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, oh, God can actually be seen, and you can talk to God because God is real. And he always said everybody can do that because God is there in everybody's heart. So this is one way he said that you can guide the imagination. That sometimes he would say, because God is love, God is beauty. Beauty and love are very connected ideas, There is about beauty. There is a very beautiful essay, probably the best I have ever read from Plotinus, that about beauty. This, whatever is beautiful, you love that. And whatever you love, for the lover, it becomes beautiful. So that is how, if you are loving a person, that person cannot be ugly for you. It automatically becomes loving. That is, the stories are there, that one, this Arabic story, that Majnu was the man who fell in love with Layla. The stories of Layla and Majnu in Arabic literature are very well known. So the Majnu's friend said, oh, Layla, she's such an ugly girl. How you are in love with her? Look, see how she looks. Majnu said, you have to have the eyes of Majnu to appreciate the beauty of Layla. So it is when you love something that becomes automatically very beautiful. For no mother, her child is ever ugly. Has to be very beautiful. So it is like that. So that very beautiful, attractive, that divine, you are tied with it. And then love ripens. What it does is it releases you from the attraction which sometimes is mistakenly called love. That releases you from the attraction of the temporary things which are unreal. Anybody just answers like this, hey, what would you like to love? Something that is real or something that is unreal? And the obvious answer, oh, I like to love the real. And what is the test of reality? That comes and goes. It is not real. It is just an appearance. How can you love that? But love that which is the foundation, the basis, the reality of all these appearances. That is the love. So you can love that. And when you are connected with that, the symbol gradually disappears. The image gradually disappears, form disappears. It is only the connection between you and God remains. That also disappears. You and God become one, as it were. That dissolving the conflict. It is, Carl Jung says, this is not a compromise. This is a transformation. It is like you transformed milk into yogurt. Is it a compromise between milk and yogurt? No, it is the milk got changed into yogurt. So that is, now you have transformed the psyche. This is what is the important idea there. So it is the opposites get integrated there. Our personality, which is otherwise filled with opposites, that needs to be integrated. Another example of this active imagination in the spiritual world, as given by Sri Ramakrishna, if you don't like forms, you want to do the formless meditation. He said, very good, fine. Think that you are like a bird flying in the infinite skies. Inside you and outside you is this space. Imagine that. This space actually doesn't get divided. So feel that oneness of the space. It is just convention that in me and out of me. Now dissolve that idea so that you see the oneness of existence. Another beautiful imagery he gives, that imagine a pot immersed in the infinite ocean that is God. In that infinite ocean of God, you have immersed the pot of your ego. I becomes the pot. Now inside the pot is the same divine God. That divine Satchidananda, as we say, existence, knowledge, bliss, that is inside the pot, outside the pot. And imagine, now the imagination has to take an active turn there. This much was imagined, this also was active. Now act on it. Break that pot. The pot is broken. What is left now? Only the one without second. So there are many ways in which this imagination can be guided. In the beginning we started with this imagination, that feel that you are the light. And all around you is the same light. You are made of the light, same light of which the world is made. So all the dualities are dissolved there. So it is in this way what happens? The transformation happens. We move from the sufferings of life to the joys, because you are touching now the source of joy. You move from the conflicts to this integration, resolution of conflicts. So it is like that. This is a beautiful technique. I cannot really keep on talking about it. I had lot of notes that I had taken out, but the clock is telling me everything is governed by this time. So now enough for this evening, and we will think about it for a minute. And in case if you have questions, please voice them or type them. Any questions that our Adi Maharaj has a question?
Pranam Maharaj.
Pranam.
So, before the talk, I was cooking the soup, and Charlie was listening to a conference, I think, for his work, like a mental health conference. And the speaker was mentioning that she has these hallucinations, like very overactive imagination, like that she's like being thrown into the sun and these sort of very negative things. And she was saying that she makes like paintings of it. I was wondering, what do you think would be the effect psychologically of that?
Yes, and she is not exceptional. There are many who get these imaginations of something quite, extraordinary. So now that is to be seen. Taking control of the imagination is an important thing. That does this imagination help me? No. Then take up the imagination that is going to help me to resolve the conflict. So that imagination is good. So it needs to be, guided properly by taking control of it. Take control of the imagination. In Freudian psychology, you don't take control of the imagination. It is not mentioned there. It is only the imagination can be seen, but without making any active transformation in it. But this idea, active imagination, means you activate that, guide it properly. In that way you can get some positive results out of that. Yeah. Thank you. This Rupak there has a question.
Pranam Maharaj. As you said, everybody's constitution is different.
Yes.
When we think about I am not the body, not the mind, Vedanta teaches that is a very common practice. In that sense, bringing the Ishta, don't you think it is kind of a putting some foreign element in the body itself, as if?
It is a medicine, The Ishta, it is a foreign body, but to cure you. Like you take a medicine, so think the Ishtam is your way of connecting to God. It is, you think of Sri Ramakrishna in your own way. That won't be the way that this Chandana will be thinking of God, or our Dorothy will be thinking of God. They have their own, that Ishta means the chosen ideal. The very fact that it is chosen ideal means it varies from person to person. So, thus, it is very specific. Like the medicine given by a doctor is for that patient, and not for general. Everybody doesn't take that medicine. It is for your condition that medicine is prescribed. So this active imagination is prescriptive. not like in the Freud's this thing, it is descriptive. Here it is prescriptive. But each person will have a different, each person is an archetype, and thus will be having a different way to transform the interior. Yes, Dorothy? Dorothy is an expert in these things, you know. So.
Okay, I just wanted to say your comment about the paintings, that you said about the paintings, it exactly, I think it goes along with your idea of giving form to the imagination. And that in that act of giving form, you make it, this unseen seen, you make the irrational rational. It gives, as you said, control over something that was uncontrollable before. I would love to see the paintings that came out of that.
Yeah, I think that the difference is that like this woman who's like very negative, like she's being thrown into the sun, so like with that, it might like solidify those thoughts rather than get rid of them.
But to be able to express it in painting, there's a certain talent there, there's a certain skill there. It's not just, you know, it's not just scribbling. I mean, there's something that I assume she's transforming it in some way. Yeah, it's I mean, what better than the terrors and the nightmares and the darkness to put into form?
Yeah, very correct. You know, that it is that person had the skills in painting. That skill is important. Somebody who had skill in poetry would have, instead of painting, would have done a poetry there. So, but it is, the point is giving a form so that now you can handle it. It is, the giving form is what the painting did, and that is what even a poetry would be doing. So it is, that part is correct. What, if I understood Dorothy correctly, that not only that she has those visions, but she could paint those visions because she, in addition to having those visions, she had the painting skills associated with that. So everybody doesn't have those skills. If I am to paint what I see in visions, oh terrible. It is, my painting skills are, the less we talk about it is better. So I won't go that way. Maybe I will write down some words about that. That is how I will express. Swedenborg, you know, you might have heard the name of the great scientist, philosopher, engineer, and saint who would have interactions with God, interactions with different levels of existence, heaven and all that. So he painted those. There is a Swedenborgian church not far from here, about 35-40 miles. So it is that Swedenborg has that, the paintings of what he would see. He had painted hell, he had painted heaven and all that. Yeah. Okay then. So any question upstairs?
Yeah, Maharaj, one question. From Ramesh Ravi.
From?
Ramesh Ravi.
Ramesh, yes, namaskar Ramesh.
Swamiji, is Carl Jung's terminology of subconscious similar to Vedantic term sanskaras?
He has not used that word, sanskara. But it has many similarities with the ideas in Vedanta. The terminology has differed, but Carl Jung has done some Kundalini yoga practice, you know. So that is, there is a book actually. You can ask Padma, who lives right there with you. She will be able to tell more about this. So those terms have been similar, but not exactly the word sanskara. But the subconscious impressions in Vedanta are called sanskaras. And they are prone to come to the conscious plane when they find a fertile that situation, a proper situation, then those manifest. Like there is, say, an impression that sanskara is there, that I would play football. Now it is submerged, it doesn't show up, but when you suddenly walk by a football field and see people playing football, you also feel, let me jump in it. So it is these sanskaras, the past impressions stored, they are alive, like the seeds. The seeds sprout when they are given the proper circumstances. So that is sanskara. And yes, it seems that Jung agrees with that, but I don't know if he has ever used the word sanskara. Any other question? So let us conclude with the closing prayers. Next Sunday, actually, there will be a guest lecture by our professor friend, who is, you have heard many lectures of him. He is a wonderful speaker. Sukalyan Sengupta. He will be speaking on fake it until you become it. So an interesting title, fake it until you become it. So and on Tuesday the class will be usually, as usual, on Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna at 7:30 p.m. And Friday, it is a different class this time. Our Brahmachari Adi Maharaj will be speaking on the principle of God incarnation, avatara. So, okay then, and there is the upcoming retreat, day-long retreat on December 6th. The registration for that has started from yesterday afternoon. So it is available only online. I mean, the retreat is available in person. The registration is available only online from our website. It is not, you cannot just come and say, oh, here is my fee. You cannot pay in cash or check. Now it is very simple. The process has been very simplified. So you can go to the website, and just in a few clicks, you will be able to get the registration done. So let us now conclude with the closing prayers. After that, there will be the evening arati, and then there will be the soup supper. So you are invited to join all this. May the Divine, who is Father in heaven of the Christians, Holy One of the Jewish faith, Allah of the Muslims, Buddha of the Buddhists, Tao of the Taoists, Great Spirit of the Native Americans, Ahur Mazda of the Zoroastrians, and Brahman of the Hindus, lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May the all-loving being manifest himself unto us and grant us abiding understanding and all-consuming divine love. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. You can attend the arati from here also. If you want to come inside, there you have to remove your footwear.
breaker of all our worldly bondage, and adored by all. We adore you too. Stainless Lord, assuming human form. Stainless Lord, assuming human form. Transcendent yet filled with love. You free us from the stain of sin and ornament our world. Consciousness is your form. Your eyes always purified by knowledge. Your eyes always purified by knowledge. Looking at them, delusion is gone. Ocean of shining love and feeling, ever inebriated in your infinite love. Your feet always dear to your devotees. Your feet always dear to your devotees. Form a boat to cross this world. Reveal to us that God incarnate and the Lord of all things, helping us join with you. Your mind's always set in the divine light. Your mind's always set in the divine light. This we can see through your grace. Destroyer of worldly sorrow and compassion, soul infinite is your word. Your life's offered for the world's deliverance. Your life's offered for the world's deliverance, saving us from darkness and fear. Renouncer of lust and lucre, therefore you were always spurning sensual life. Lord of monks, you are the best of men. Lord of monks, you are the best of men. You're fearless and you're free from doubting, with your mind very firmly resolved. Causeless refuge of your devotees. Causeless refuge of your devotees, renouncing caste and birth. treasure is your holy feet which take us very soon across this puddle of life. You give love and even-sightedness. You give love and even-sightedness to remove our anguish here. Our treasure is your holy feet which take us very soon across this puddle of life. You give love and even-sightedness. You give love and even-sightedness to remove our anguish here. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Yet you are the basis of both. O Lord, yet you are the basis of both. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's gate. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's gate. Darkness is destroyed by your light. O Lord, darkness is destroyed by your light. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Yet you are the basis of both. O Lord, yet you are the basis of both. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's cave. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's cave. Darkness is destroyed by your light. O Lord, darkness is destroyed by your light. Langa ranga bhanga, these are all the sounds of mridanga. Langa ranga bhanga, these are all the sounds of mridanga. Spiritual songs devotees are singing for your worship divine. Spiritual songs devotees are singing for your worship divine. Jaya Jaya for your worship divine. Haru Haru for your worship divine. Shiva Shiva for your worship divine. Breaker of all our worldly bondage and adored by all, we adore you too. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Auspicious and blessed, graciousness sublime, all noble ends you give. to us, granting us refuge, all-seeing Gauri. O Mother Divine, our love to you. Creation, preservation, dissolution are your powers, eternal one. Nature's real basis, nature's essence. O Mother Divine, our love to you. We come seeking refuge from anguish. Be our Savior through your deep concern. All our suffering remove, Goddess. O Mother Divine, our love to you. Victory, O Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Jai Shri Ram Krishna Dev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Sarda Devi Ki Jai. Jai Shri Swami Vivekananda Ki Jai. Jai Shri Buddha Dev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jesus Christ